Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Download Youth Ministry Web Show. My name is Doug Fields. My friends Josh Griffin and Matt McGill.
Hi.
Combined, we have many, many years of youth ministry experience. We normally have a female friend right here. Her name is Katie Edwards.
Not in
She's
town.
the junior high pastor at Saddleback Church, where Josh is the high school pastor, where Matt and I used to be. Anyway, we have about 250 web shows over the last 5 or 7 years.
Yeah.
And this one is the very first time we've ever done a special
edition.
A very special edition web show. Man, if you turn your phone off, that'd be really
I didn't
special.
even turn my phone off.
Where we're going to talk about a movie that we're very, very excited about, When the Game Stands Tall.
Yeah, I like movies, inspirational movies, faith-based movies. Most importantly, it's a football movie.
Okay, let me just say that I normally don't like faith-based movies because I look at them and go, cheesy. But when I've seen the trailer for this, I went, oh, finally, this is going to be good.
They've gotten a little better. This one, I'm telling you, A-list cast, well-made, great story, incredible stuff.
And Jesus is in it, right?
Yeah, he physically appears in the middle of the football
How can
field.
you not love
on the
a movie?
50-yard line.
No, so the main character is...
Yeah, the coach of the football team that went
Jim
undefeated. Jimmy, played by Jim Caviezel.
I like to call him Jimmy.
The football
Who
team
was
that went,
Jesus
Yes.
in the
You're
famous
so
movies.
caught up on your Hollywood information.
No, I'm just trying to be clear.
The team goes undefeated. It's a California football team, goes undefeated for multiple years.
De La
with
Salle.
Undersized players, less skill, but somehow, I mean, you got to watch the
Sounds
movie.
like Matt was.
Spoiler alert, they
Undersized.
won a lot of games. And it's a great movie. It's an unbelievable story about courage, faith, leadership, humility, lots of great stuff for your students. And honestly, I love the film. I thought it was great.
And we got excited about it because Download Youth Ministry, what we did is we put together, based on clips of the film, we put together
We watched the movie.
a curriculum.
Yeah, we put together a curriculum to go. Well, let's back up for a second at the movie, and let's talk just for a second about why it's important to engage movies as a youth pastor, as a youth ministry.
Well, coming from the king of culture himself.
Yeah, please take it away, by all means.
That's right. I'm acultural.
So why is it important?
Well, it was my question, so now I got to jump in.
All right,
That's
I'll
right.
start. I'll start.
Yeah.
I would say movies are the language of the culture today. I think students, by default, are just drawn to the screen, and they, at least in our culture, they go to the movies or watch movies or a screen all the time. So how could you not engage such a visible, important part of their lives? This film, but even I would say there's so many great clips on YouTube and movies and films that can be a springboard to amazing conversations.
It's great. I was looking over your
I was
shoulder.
wondering, what are you doing?
I was looking for a copy of the
trying to
book.
do a
'cause
podcast here.
No, here's the deal. Because, back in the day, I realize I'm the old guy at the table, but my friend Eddie James and I wrote 4 books.
Yeah.
Videos that teach.
Yeah.
1.
It was actually
Videos
called
that
Motion
teach.
Pictures That Teach. It was silent films that teach. It was a great
Videos that teach 2, 3, and 4. The
Chaplin.
idea was to say, let's use incredible storytelling in our youth ministry. Even, talk about when you try to even be a good communicator, kids give you half attention, but as soon as you turn off the lights and say, watch this,
they're just
you got
glued.
full attention. So using what these unbelievably creative, wise, brilliant filmmakers have done, and to be able to teach kids the ways of God is exciting. I'm
Absolutely.
excited this is a good flick.
It's a good film.
Let's talk about it. Let's see a clip.
Yeah, let's watch
You
the
want to
clip.
set the first one?
Yeah,
up?
the first one. Matt, why don't you tell us about the first clip that we're about to see?
I love that you're putting me on the spot.
Do you love his question and then we answer it? We never go back to him?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help you.
It's pretty much like, for anybody, if you've never seen our web show, that's similar to what it is.
It is.
That Matt will ask a question.
I'll help you out. There's a clip. It's a clip from the beginning of the film where they're talking a little bit about leadership and all that stuff. So we'll watch
is
it and we'll talk
hilarious.
about it afterwards. All right.
That's
Sorry, Matt.
beautiful.
Let's watch it.
Watch it.
All year. Hold them high, boys. Hold them high.
Okay. What's up, big guy?
To your year. Chris, you're captain now. My man Danny over here, he grew up on a team. Has all the credit, doesn't need a title. Kind of makes me wonder.
But what?
Well, if it's going to be your year as some other team's year.
Okay, we haven't lost a game.
Yeah, I know the number, believe me. I'm just saying, you guys got to open your eyes. You ain't ready. On skills, you have half the team we did. On attitude, most of y'all got big heads or just want to wear the jersey. So you got to step up. You got to become real leaders. You have to motivate your players to get their game even tighter than ours. Next year's on you. Take care, boys.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
All right, so great clip, right? That's fun. You can use that in a bunch of different ways. You gather up your group and you talk about stepping up in leadership. You talk about mentoring, passing on wisdom. And I think there's a lot of ways you could use.
It's a little bit of intimidation factor too.
Yeah.
Did you see the younger kids' eyes, kind of like, oh, okay, here's an older student who is in some ways getting in our face.
Right. I like the idea of like rising to the challenge. Like if I was going to take my kids on a spring break missions trip, I would use that clip and say, hey, this is our chance to step up, make a difference, continue this legacy that we've done for years. And again, not just using clips from the film, but going and seeing the film, as a youth ministry or encouraging your small groups to see it could be really cool.
I just love the conversation was not a normal conversation in that most of the time when people are talking to each other, it's comfortable, it's easy, it's what flows naturally. But most of the time we talk to make conversation, we don't talk to make a difference. And so here you have
There's a sound bite right
say,
there,
there
ladies
you go.
and gentlemen.
There's a sound bite.
Write
What
it
did I say?
down.
Talk to make conversation rather than talking to make a difference. Where, here's a guy that's older that he doesn't have to say this. I mean, he doesn't have to get in their face and say something difficult, but he did, and he challenged them to do the same thing. And that is a hard thing.
Well, he actually said something that most adults say. And so here we've got a clip of, in many ways, a peer, even though he's just a little bit older. We've got this peer who is telling other peers to step up. And, obviously I have a huge heart for developing student leaders. And I love it when...
I'm not sure how that's obvious.
Well,
the
obvious
whole
to you
podcast.
guys.
Obvious to us,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it is obvious to me.
30 years having a student leadership conference, writing books on student leadership. So yeah, it's
Just as
obvious.
well.
But the
Include
idea
everybody in the
of
obvious
of
stuff.
Hey,
having
welcome back if you just tuned out for a second. Good to have you here.
having kids go, you know what? I have a voice. I have an opinion. I have the Holy Spirit in me that can see something in you to challenge you to go to a next step.
Yeah.
But I think you could also talk about what was negative about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a little abrasive, a little confronting. So there's
I
positive
didn't
and
think
negative.
so.
in the
I thought
whole-
it was perfect.
Well, you're-
you could have turned
Well,
the
and
heat up a little bit.
It could have been a little arrogant, him going, hey, we were undefeated,
Yeah.
but now we're graduated and gone. Good
Yeah.
luck, you're going to need it. But I do like that it's like, hey, step up. That's a great message
It
for our
was
students to
offensive,
hear.
yeah, I mean-
So many good messages in the film. Let me set up the next clip, if that's okay.
right.
Big
All right,
heads
good.
wanting to wear jerseys. I could have, I could identify with.
This next clip, I love it. This is one of my favorite parts of the film. It actually talks a lot about teamwork, leadership, and it uses a celebratory touchdown moment as a great principle for teams. And I think
Well,
you're
let's
going to
just
really
watch the
like
clip.
it. Okay,
Don't
fine.
tell us about
I'm
it.
trying to set it up.
The clip speaks for itself.
Okay.
Ready,
Here
go.
we go.
22 power pass throwback. Get inside, leverage on the corner, occupy the free safety, and Chris will be wide open behind you. Let's go.
Chris Ryan somersaults into the end zone, giving the Spartans a 6-point lead. Ryan is a force on the field and has D1 size and speed.
That's one, Chris. I need two more from you. Two more, son.
Chris, nice run. Dive in the end zone one more time and I bench you. We're not a celebrating team. Yes, sir. Go.
All right, great clip. I like that one, right? A little more setup on that clip. That is the star player, the star athlete, pushed by his dad throughout the entire film, and we won't go into all the rest
Pushed
of
to
it
be
here.
to be the individual, to be the star of the team.
To score the touchdowns, to get the school records, to be the champion. Forget the team. It's all about him. One of the big story arcs in the whole film.
Yeah.
I love that sequence, and there's much more to develop that story
See,
too.
and I love that. To me, that is a huge theme to reinforce with our students, with our friendships, with our culture. This idea that of humility. I mean, the coach says we don't celebrate as a team, but what he's saying is we're humble. We don't brag. We don't. They're performing at the highest level. No team has ever done what they did, and even though they are champions, they are winning and doing everything that's awesome. It's like, no, we need to be humble, and I love that. I mean, to me, that is a great message that never gets old with our students.
Yeah, and maybe if you're not a football player, you wouldn't understand or follow football that diving into the end zone is a let me show
Yeah,
off.
showboating.
Yeah, it's drawing attention to
about
just
me.
you. Right.
There was 10 other players on the team. They were making key blocks
Yeah.
to free this guy up to be there, but he takes all the credit and
Well, a couple
celebrates.
defensive guys making some key misses.
Yeah, well, it is a movie.
I think I could have tackled.
But you know
They
what's
always
interesting
tackle
about the
me.
movie, though, having 2 daughters
Yeah.
and a son who played football.
Right. Yeah.
My daughters will love this. They will love the storyline. They'll love just the high school camaraderie
Yeah.
with it. It's not just a guy flick, and I know that a lot of times we market football to just guys or coaches or FCA, which it is. It's outstanding, but everybody in the youth ministry will
Absolutely.
like it.
Everyone has something to learn from this film. In fact, in the last clip, it talks a little bit more about humility. This clip actually even references a Bible verse. This is, I think, the only time that I remember that they use like
me
a
too.
specific passage. So it's a great teaching moment.
Okay,
So
before we get to that, let's talk some practice. So, youth worker is going, okay, I'm going
We
to...
were going to end on practice after the next clip. We're going to go to that. Now you're jumping the gun.
We'll
We're just-
reinforce those practices.
Okay, let's
all right.
reinforce.
So here's the deal. So a youth worker is watching this and go, okay, I can encourage my kids to go see this. But it's more than just send your kids to the movies. 'Cause
Right, yes.
we wrote...
We wrote 3 lessons that go along with this movie, and the idea is that you would, you could do this in a couple different ways. Is that you would send your kids to this movie on their own, or you would make it a youth group night or something, and you could provide these. They're totally free. You could provide them free so that it can be something on their own that they do some reflection or talk about as a family, because there's some family questions in there and stuff. Or maybe you take 1, 2, or 3 weeks off of your small group curriculum and you guys work through some of these lessons just as a small group. And you don't have to do all 3. You could just do one, and it doesn't have to be the
And
same.
they're available at downloadyouthministry.com. You can download them.
Yep, absolutely.
Totally free.
Absolutely. And there's other resources available too at standtallresources.com. And one thing you missed too, the parent resource. You could just print out the curriculum, set it in the lobby of your church, and
I
people
said there were
see
some
it.
parent questions.
Oh, okay, good.
What else
But,
is it, Stand Tall? What is it? What's the website?
There's standtallresources.com. It's got all sorts of other recommended reading. There's some free devotional stuff that's on there, our resource too. But there's also some recommended books, clips of the film, stuff you can use in your youth group. And
Chin
tons
straps? Can you get chin
I
straps?
don't think there's chin straps, but lots of good lessons. So use the tools that are available. I just honestly, legitimately think this is a film that youth workers are going to want their kids to see. Parents are going to want their kids to see it. I want my son to
we're
see
gonna
this
go.
film.
I'm going to take all 5 of my boys to this movie, and this is one of these things that a lot of things come our way, partnerships, and who do we work with. This was one that we really chose, jumped on, because this is something that's really cool. We really believe in this. and-
former football player,
Yeah.
former baseball coach. That doesn't matter. But
No, really what it is
no, we got athletes.
lineman, skill position.
Lineman skill position.
Hey,
bench
we're not a
warmer.
celebrating team.
No,
Hey,
I-
one more
you know
clip.
what?
One more clip.
Okay.
This is the best part of the film. Watch this.
Okay, better be the best.
Hey, Coach, great game Friday. 3 more touchdowns for the Beast.
Yeah, he played well. Whole team did. What's up?
Get ready to break that scoring record. Got a place for the trophy all picked out.
Hey, Mickey,
Yeah.
did Chris show you the thesis he wrote for my class on Matthew 23:12? Amazingly insightful for someone his age. Really terrific. You should read it.
Matthew 23:12. Seriously? What's he talking about? We're on our way to a championship. State record.
Those who exalt themselves will be humbled. Those who humble themselves will be exalted.
Exalted?
Yeah.
If you get 37 touchdowns in the season, then you'll be exalted.
I like that one.
That's
That's
good.
good.
Yeah.
Jim Caviezel's a stud in this movie.
He
too.
is. Dude, he's a great actor, great cast.
And the
great
dude from
script.
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, yeah.
Some guy from you even know what the Hunger Games is. I think that's amazing.
You know what? When the game stands tall, meets the players, meets the guys from Hunger Games.
Yeah.
That's when you know
There
about
will be
it.
blood.
That's-
That's going to be awesome.
That's the
Don't forget
sequel.
about Person of Interest. That's like the best TV show.
Oh,
So what are you
here we
talking
go.
about? There you go.
Here's the deal. We believe in the power of films, video, media. We really like this film when the game stands tall. Make sure that you go with your youth group, with your
Yeah.
small group. Encourage everybody to
Yeah,
go.
we've been part of the resources
Yeah.
providing it. DownloadYouthMinistry.com. We are excited what they're doing. Comes out August 22nd.
Yes.
Take your kids, encourage families to go. I love the fact that there is some faith-based films out there, and we need to we need to be people of faith who support them so they'll
Absolutely.
continue to make good ones. And these guys have made a good one, so thanks.
Hey, and if there's something that you're doing in your ministry, that's ministry and movies, it's an idea that we could share with other people, then email it in so we could let people know what's going on.
Exactly.
And just pool ideas.
And maybe we'll show some film clips of when you played high school football.
Well, we could do that.
Ooh,
We
so
could
much
do
to
that.
learn.
He made honorable mention. He was a center. I went to his games. I was his
You
youth
did?
pastor.
Yeah,
That's
you,
awesome.
You didn't go to my games. You went to my buddy Guttridge's games.
Well, Aaron was the star.
He was really
Yeah,
good.
but we're not a celebrating team.
We're not a
No,
celebrating.
I was there for both of you.
Download Youth Ministry Web Show Special Edition. We're out.
August 22nd, when the
Touchdowns.
game stands tall.
Hike.